Does your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call Wise Man Lawyers. Does your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call Wise Man Lawyers. Don't face that court alone. Let the Wise Man team get you back on the road. Does your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call the Wise Man team at Wise Man Lawyers.
Alright, today I'm at Beenleigh Magistrates Court. Client was charged with repeat drug driving. The drug driving, there's two forms. There's the more serious form, which is under the influence of a drug, which means you're high on drugs. Then there's a lesser form, which is known as did drive whilst relevant drug present. Basically, that just means there's traces of it in your system. So high on drugs is under the influence. Relevant drug means you had it earlier in the day or a few days ago, and you're not high anymore, but it's still in your system. My client was a repeat offender. He had a previous in 2014, so about 3 years ago. Two things: because he was a repeat offender, worst case scenario jumped up from 9 months to 18 months, and the mandatory minimum jumped up from 1 month to 3 months. But compounding that, he was a P plater, so the mandatory minimum on your Ps is 3 months in any event. But had he been on his opens when intercepted for a first time offence, it would have been minimum 1 month. Second time in 5 years, 3 months. And worst case for a first time is 9 months. Second in 5 is 18 months. So again, my client, worst case 18 months, best case 3 months. And as I said, he's a repeat offender. Notwithstanding the fact that he had that previous, he had very grave concerns about the recording of a conviction. Basically, what he does for his job is he's a crewie. So when you go to a concert and there's stage hands putting up the band and all that kind of stuff, that's what he does. And as a part of that, he supports bands that travel the world and travel Australia, etc. So there's quite a bit of international, like legitimate international travel in his role. He had a previous, which near on made it impossible to get no conviction recorded. And in fact, I said to the client, I said, look, if you've got previous, the magistrate's going to look at it, and when I'm making a submission of do not record a conviction, it's basically, come on, Wiseman, give me a break. And I warned the client out of that, and we went in expecting quite a bit of resistance, which we rightfully received. I did have to labour the point, because obviously when there's previous, the magistrate, doesn't want to not record a conviction. I had to labour the point, talk about his previous travels around the world, particularly to North America with work, any upcoming trips that are booked and he's due to go on, etc. So it wasn't a case of me just asking for it and receiving. I had to take the magistrate on quite the journey through my client's history of travelling with work, future of travelling with work, etc. I'll go back a step with regard to the disqualification. If you've got a previous and a very reasonably recent previous, I always out of habits as a starting point push for the minimum disqualification, which in this instance was 3 months. In preparing, I got my client to do what I get all my clients to do, got him to do a reformatory course, drafted an affidavit up for him to sign talking about what he learned, got him to get character references based on a template that I provided to him, and I got him basically to fill out a form that gives me his life story, what happened on the day in question, why it keeps happening, what he's going to do to try and stop it from happening in the future. Once I've got that, once I've got the police brief, I prepare my submissions. We met at court this morning. I ran through everything with him. We went in, and again, I took the magistrate on a bit of a journey through my client's life and why he's found himself here twice in a 5-year period. Anyway, without prattling on, I was able to get the magistrate to not go past a 4-month disqualification. I did push as hard as I could for the minimum 3 months, but as I said, given the previous was not that long ago, and there was other history of a drug-related nature as well, not drug driving, but drug offences, which made it difficult for me to convince the magistrate that it was entirely I won't say out of character, but an offence that he won't be making again in the future. So anyway, minimum 3 months was bumped up to 4, so the client got a 4-month disqualification, which, even though it's not the minimum, is still well shy of the maximum 18 months. And back to the recording of the conviction, my feverish tap dancing on my client's need to travel the world as a part of his job was ultimately successful, and I was able to persuade the magistrate not to record a conviction. So 4-month disqualification, no conviction recorded, modest fine, client's happy, well, he's more than happy, he's relieved, because as I said, going in I told him to expect a conviction recorded, but in any event, client's happy. I'm Andrew Wiseman, thanks for watching. Hi, I'm Andrew Wiseman from Wiseman Lawyers, Queensland's only truly dedicated drug, alcohol and traffic offence law firm. If you face loss of licence, loss of vehicle imprisonment, or anything in between at any court in Queensland, we can and will help you today. This is our specialty. This is all we do. Give us a call, 1300 947 352. I look forward to helping you resolve your issue today.
Don't face that court alone. Let the wise man team